Good afternoon. Thank you all for joining. We'll get started in just a moment as the waiting room clears.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Sorry for the delay.
Thank you
Apologies.
for joining us. Good afternoon. This is an administrative hearing before the Mayor's Office of Consumer Affairs and Licensing. Today's Friday, February 27th, 2026. This hearing is being conducted pursuant to temporary amendments to the open meeting law. That is what allows us to meet virtually. This hearing is being recorded and will be posted to the City of Boston's website. We're joined today by the Executive Director of the Mayor's Office of Consumer Affairs and Licensing, Kathleen Joyce, Director of Operations, Rebecca Fu. There's only one item on this afternoon's agenda. I will read that item into the record. I will ask who is present on behalf of the licensee. I will ask who is present on behalf of the Boston Police Department, and whether there are any other individuals with firsthand knowledge of the alleged incident who wish to testify. After that, I will swear in all parties. The police report will then be read into the record. The licensee or their representative will have the opportunity to make a brief statement, followed by questions from the executive director and/or director of operations. All testimony may be limited only to those individuals with firsthand personal knowledge of the alleged incident. The licensee before the entertainment division this afternoon is K&K Restaurant Group, Inc., doing business as Estella, located at 49 Temple Place. Date of this incident was January 27th, 2026. The report is for operation of live entertainment, disc jockey, and adult entertainment after 2 a.m. in violation of permitted entertainment hours and licensing requirements, specifically Boston Municipal Code, Section 17, 13.6, Mass General Laws, Chapter 140, Section 183A, and the Entertainment Rules and Regulations, specifically Section G. Who is present on behalf of the licensee?
Hold it, George Mandel.
Thank you. Who is present on behalf of the Boston Police Department?
Sergeant Rebecca Leo.
Officer Jeremy Lockwood.
Thank you, Sergeant Leo. Officer Lockwood, are there any other individuals with firsthand knowledge of the alleged incident who wish to testify this afternoon? Can you all please raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing
Yes.
but the
Yes,
truth?
Yes.
Thank you. Who will be reading the initial report into the record?
I will be.
Thank you very much. You may please proceed.
About 2:19 a.m. on Tuesday, January 27th, 2026, officers Lockwood and Lee in the Alpha 103 responded to a radio call for a noise disturbance at 49 Temple Place, Stella Restaurant, Boston. Also assisting was the Alpha 202, Falcon and Van Allen, Alpha 421, De Silva, and Alpha 425, Shield. Upon arrival, officers exited their cruiser and approached the front entrance of the restaurant. Once on the sidewalk outside of the entrance, officers could hear the music coming from inside of the premise. Officers entered and informed the staff that they had received a 911 call for loud music at the above. Officers were informed that there was a private party occurring in the basement, and staff had stated they were going to end the party by 2:30 a.m. Officers could hear the loud music coming from the basement, so they made their way to the basement and could immediately smell the odor of hookah and marijuana emanating from the basement. Upon walking down the stairs, officers were met by security on the stairs, who officers had to walk around to get into the basement. Music was still playing as officers reached the bottom of the stairs. Officers observed a DJ with a loud amplification device playing music in the far right corner of the basement. Officers observed individuals with drinks in their hands sitting and standing around multiple tables. Officers observed approximately 30 patrons in the basement upon walking around. Officer Lee observed multiple exotic dancers immediately exiting out of the back doors towards the kitchen area when officers arrived. Upon walking around the basement, officers observed a plethora of $1 bills spread out throughout the floor, several drinks on the tables, as well as multiple hookahs. Those hookahs were then later found on the floor. Officers entered the back stairwell through the kitchen and observed the exotic dancers standing within Estella security. Officers are aware that this is not an area patrons should be accessing unless an emergency is occurring. Due to the above, officers requested the Alpha Patrol Supervisor to respond for Code 35. Shortly after, the Alpha 908, Sergeant Leo, arrived to conduct a license premise inspection 018105. Staff denied the presence of hookah and stated that their license was for 2:30 a.m.
Thank you very much. We have the supplemental as well. Sergeant Leo, is that yours?
It is mine, yes. So I responded to that call, and then the supplemental as follows. About 2:32 a.m. on Tuesday, 1/27/26, Sergeant Lee responded to a radio call for a loud disturbance, resulting in the issuance of licensed premise inspection notice for multiple violations at Estella, located at 49 Temple Place, Boston. Upon arrival, Sergeant Leo was informed by officers on scene who arrived at 2:20 a.m. that they could hear loud music from outside when they waited for someone to open a locked front door. Once inside, responding officers went to make their way downstairs where the music was coming from, and for a moment were physically blocked by two separate security guards standing on the stairs. The officers also stated that they observed no less than three women who were either nude or partially nude run into the back kitchen of the basement upon their arrival. The officers later found these females hiding in the back stairwell with a security member. Once on scene, Sergeant Leo spoke with the person in charge, Susan Sarvasi, along with another male employee who was unidentified, who stated multiple times that there was a private party downstairs and that it was all Patriots players. Both employees vehemently denied that there was any type of smoking and definitely no hookahs inside the building. The odor of tobacco and marijuana was very strong upon entering the premise. Ms. Sarvasi stated that someone must have brought a hookah into the bar and that she and other employees were unaware of any type of smoking inside. They also stated that someone was walking downstairs, got scared when the police arrived, and accidentally dropped $1 bills on the floor. All patrons' phones appear to have been checked at the door, and they were returned to the patrons in Ziploc bags once they left. Upon checking downstairs where the party was, Sergeant Leo observed no less than 6 large hookahs, which appeared to be concealed underneath tables. The floor was covered with $1 bills, and there were multiple bottles of liquor, mostly still full, on the tables. There was also still a group of about 4 to 6 people who were not employees sitting downstairs by the bar, still consuming beverages around 2:45 a.m. while the DJ was packing up his equipment. As a result of what was observed, Sergeant Leo issued license premise inspection notice 018105 to Estella for sale or consumption of liquor after hours, entertainment of a DJ after hours in loud music, unauthorized entertainment with unclothed dancers, and indoor smoking, and body-worn cameras were activated.
Thank you very much. Mr. Brandow, would you like to address the alleged incident?
Yes. I'm so sorry about this. So, on I believe it was a Tuesday, the Patriots were at Cactus. They were to go to a pool house, that they had, for a party. And it was my pool house in Milton. So they were at Cactus. They were waiting for two more players, really one more player. They said we're gonna stop by Estella's, get some food. They arrived probably around 12:50, 1 o'clock. Get some food and just relax until we wait, and then we'll go out to the house. When they came in, they came with their own securities. We don't have securities on Tuesdays. They came in with their people with the party. They came in with their hookah person. And some of the big players came in through the back, through Bonjour, and then went down into the stairwell. And they didn't want to be seen and said, "Hey, we're just gonna hang out, and then we're gonna go." And then we got a call, but it's under our establishment. Here's another. I even got a text talking to the players saying you're killing me. We went down and told them, hey, you guys gotta wrap it up and go. They got a little bit excited. There wasn't no drop in money. They had cash on them. And the girls, they had some girls with them, and they got a little bit of excited, and that's what they did. They had hookah. The staff was upstairs cleaning up. So you had 2 bartenders on staff. You had 1 server. So they literally had no server downstairs. They, I hate to say this, but they brought their own 1942s and in the bag. So I think they bought 2 bottles of Don Julio. Didn't even pay for it, but that's the only thing that we sold, and then certain people were ordering for the bar. and it was more just like, hey, they're about to come. We're gonna head out. It's no big deal, but obviously it's on us to do our duty to get them out, but it's more of a bad situation that we put ourselves in by even accepting them in. There's a lot of entitlement and trying to get that many people um, out of the establishment and already doing something wrong. But we had people eating at the restaurant normally, that upstairs. We had a full bar, we had a full upstairs on there. So those all came at the end while the staff is wrapping up the clean. The staff is not happy that they're there because they have to stay longer and then they have to go clean after themselves, and they weren't making any money. There was no sales, no transaction. So again, that's on our responsibility. Second time I'm coming on this for taking on this issue. So we're fully responsible. There's just no excuse other than, you know, it's it, there's no winning with that. It's just not taking it in. So that's really all I can say. There's not really any excuse or justification. It's just apologizing to the police department, the license department, and the city of Boston. That's really what it comes down to.
Thank you. We'll see if there are any questions at this time. Director Joyce.
Yes. So first of all, I'm concerned. You've been open what, for 4 years? Is
Yeah,
that
yeah,
correct?
yeah, around there.
Okay. Are you familiar with the rules and regulations of the entertainment division?
I'm pretty familiar. It's not an excuse, Ms. Joyce. There's no excuse. There's no hookah. They're not supposed to sell alcohol.
We're actually not talking about the hookah today.
Right.
That will be next week when you come
Okay.
before the entire alcohol board. This is just about the entertainment. And my concern is, are you aware what time you're supposed to end the entertainment in your establishment?
2 o'clock. Yeah,
Okay,
we
you do.
usually always end 2 o'clock. If you see 1:55, we're turning the lights on to get people out. Again, these are issue of trusting people, of a relationship, and these are entitled people. And we mismanage these people.
So
So
Sergeant Leo, I saw you in the body cam video on this particular night, and I know you were inspecting the licenses, and I could be mistaken, but I thought Helder said that the entertainment had to end at 2:30. Is that what he told you that night?
no,
Uh,
I said I didn't say that, but I said we have to get everyone out by 2:30.
Okay, I'll go back and listen to the video. It might be a question I'll ask you next week about the alcohol.
Yeah.
So
I came in after the fact.
so
So
let
I
me
was
let me just
oh,
summarize what I
yeah.
think you said. You said you had a bunch of Patriots players that were supposed to go back to your pool later that night on a Tuesday night, but they were hungry. So they said, "Hey, let's go to Estella's and get some food." But you weren't there. And they came in the back door
No,
on
I
their
came in
own and
afterwards.
what?
So I
But
came
let me
in
just make
to,
sure I
oh,
get this
go ahead.
part. So then you're telling me that they came in the back door, they brought their own hookah, and they brought their own quote people with them. And is that right?
It was about, I would say maybe 20 to 30 people that they come. These people come in multiple SUVs. They all pop out. It was about maybe 12 Patriots there.
So whether it's a Patriots player or
Oh,
it's a
I know they
regular
don't have no
person,
special. I'm not saying
yeah,
they should have any
my
special.
job is to make sure you're operating within the rules and regulations of the city. And I think you've been before us before. I actually have been down to your establishment and sat at the table across from you, went over the rules and regulations at the beginning. So I'm just here today to flesh this out because um, I did spend 38 minutes yesterday reviewing body cam footage, and I'm greatly concerned that you had some unauthorized entertainment. So that's what I'm going to focus on. Um, if you don't mind answering some questions for me. I heard what you said, but it doesn't really add up. So are you aware that there was a DJ playing downstairs?
Yes.
Okay, did you hire him for dinner or something, or was he, how
No,
did you
no,
get
that's their
downstairs?
DJ. That's DJ Papadon. That's Bia's DJ. She's an artist DJ. They came in with him. They left. He
Oh, they
went.
came
He
in with
did.
all their equipment with the Patriots at 12:50 and set
Correct.
up?
He comes in with a backpack. He actually knows the sergeant. He comes in with his backpack. He took his
What
backpack
does
out.
that have to do with anything? Because he was still playing at 2:24 when the cameras were on, and your license said he has to stop at 2 p.m., 2 a.m.
Correct. But we didn't, what I'm trying to say is we didn't hire him, right? So they came in, he comes in with a backpack, he played. This is someone that's been in the establishment. And then I'm literally telling them, hey, turn it off. Hey, like we're about to leave. We're
I
about to
thought you
leave.
were upstairs and you weren't downstairs. You didn't know what was going on.
No, no, I didn't say I didn't know what's going on, ma'am. So I know exactly what's going on in the establishment. I went downstairs, that's why I texted him, you're killing me. I went downstairs, told him, cut it off, told the manager, we're literally trying to clean and close. I'm literally cashing out employees, so I'm doing money for the
Okay, I'm
bar.
just going to ask the officers that are here today, either Sergeant Leo or Officer Lockwood. I'm not sure who was on the video talking to the DJ, but he kept asking, like, are you here because there's a crime? Did we do anything wrong? He was just setting up. Like,
The
he
DJ was
seemed
drunk.
confused as to why the police were there, which makes me think a DJ. Well, first of all, it sounds like he just came in. He wasn't even authorized to be playing that night. He wasn't aware of the rules and what time the entertainment was supposed to stop. Were either of you
This is
guys
one of the
have
biggest
an
DJs
opportunity
in
to
the
talk
city.
to him?
He knows about the rules, man. DJ Papadon is one of the biggest DJs in the city. He's well aware of the rules. He's a traveling DJ. He knows the rules. Again, with these people, the reason why I keep even coming in and it's actually embarrassing is allowing people who feel entitled and above the rules. That's really what it came. The last time was an artist, was Chris Brown, um, was supposed to be coming in
When did
and
you get there, Helder?
I got there like around maybe 1 o'clock,
But I want to
12:15,
go
1 o'clock.
back, if you don't mind just hitting pause on your answer. I was actually addressing my question to Sergeant Leo and Officer
I'll
Lockwood.
tell you
Did you
what.
guys have
Oh,
anything
I'm
to add
sorry.
about your conversation with the DJ?
So I spoke to him briefly. I actually even asked him, "Hey, are you?" Because I knew he was a DJ. I asked him, "Hey, are you the DJ here tonight?" And he denied it. He said he wasn't. I could tell he was like packing up the equipment and stuff. So he was kind of saying like that he wasn't the DJ. He was just there for social media things. So he never actually like identified himself that he was, even though I could tell like by his equipment and where he was standing when I arrived that he was like packing up the equipment.
Yeah,
Officer Lockwood? Yep,
Officer Lockwood, you're on mute right now.
sorry.
There we go.
sorry. I believe he may have spoken to my partner because I know my partner went downstairs first before I had. And I know he's the one that told him to like shut it off and start packing up.
Okay. Um, so Helder, you're saying you told him that he's killing you and via text. Do you want to submit that to us for consideration?
Yeah, I told 4-4. Um, you know, you're killing me. He didn't respond. Susan went downstairs multiple times. This
Who
is,
on your staff let the Patriots come in the back door? Who's responsible for
I
that?
believe it was the manager,
Who was the manager that night?
Susan.
Okay.
It's
Um,
not all of them. It's 3-3-4-4. The bigger players, um, is who requested. Some of the people just went right downstairs because when you come in, you go right. But they didn't want to come in with all of that stuff. So
okay, so in the police report, there's references to multiple women who were nude or partially nude. The report calls them exotic dancers and references a plethora of dollar bills spread out throughout the floor. What was going on?
these are girls that they came from with them from Houston, I guess. So again, these are people that are part of their stuff. That's not people that we brought in or anything. These are part of the entourage.
Okay,
That
so
we even
who on
told them.
your
I was like, what are you
team
all
is
what are
like
you all doing?
Right,
Hmm?
who on your team is responsible for making sure that patrons that come in, whether they're celebrities or not celebrities, are following the rules? It sounds like Susan was there and then you?
Susan was there, I was there. It was an uncontrollable factor, man.
Was
It's
it?
you got Patriots players just won the AFC champion. It's something that should have been declined from the start. So the mistake here is not
You should have
allowing
just brought them back
Susan.
to your pool.
That's what I
Yeah.
just told you. So it's on that. But again, it's trusting people and they don't care. What you tend when you tend to find out they're not coming to speak to you. They don't care. They
All right, I'm
walk
going to
in,
wrap
they
this up. I'm going to wrap this up. So regardless of whether or not this is a private party, whether this is the Patriots, whether this is open to the public, you are a licensed premise. You have a license from the city of Boston, which is a privilege, and with that privilege comes responsibilities. And you are required to adhere to the rules of our board, the rules of the Commonwealth, and any other regulation. And there are no exceptions in our entertainment rules for celebrities like Chris Brown or the Patriots.
Dale,
There
I'm
are no
not making an
exceptions.
excuse
Well, your
for the
staff, I'm just gonna let you know. So your staff obviously was not on their game that night if they allowed people to come in the back door and have a DJ just randomly set up and have strippers come and just dance and throw dollar bills all over the floor.
we didn't
So
have
I
we
have
didn't
nothing else to say.
I just want to say that this was not on the staff. They were not prep for that. This is on me personally. I made that decision and trusting people that
Well,
when
then
I
that brings
saw
into
my
question whether or not I think you are capable of holding a license in the city of Boston if you're making bad decisions again. So I'm going to just take all this under consideration. I'm going to ask Sergeant Leo and Officer Lockwood to see if they have anything else that they would like to add before we end this hearing.
I'm guessing you were the gentleman that was on scene that I spoke with.
yeah, I spoke to you that
We're
night.
never like identified on scene. I didn't know you were the owner that you had this. I didn't even know if you were an employee, honestly. Because I just only Susan was the only one who like identified herself. So I just I mean next time it might be more helpful if you just let people know, you're the owner and this is your establishment.
Okay, I hear that. Again, it's this was something that I made a mistake and I trusted people that I built relationship with and through Patriots Place and they put me in a
I don't,
compromise.
Helder, I don't
Again, I'm not
care.
making an
I don't
excuse,
care,
man.
Helder.
I
I'm
know.
going to
I'm
see if
just trying to
Officer
tell you
Lockwood
that.
has anything. You've spoken a lot.
Okay.
I'm going to see if Officer
All right, I'm
Lockwood has
sorry.
anything to add, and then we're going to end it because I don't want to hear from Helder anymore.
I don't have anything to add. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. If there are no further questions, there was one request, Mr. Rendau, for those text messages. If you do have them in your possession, if you could forward them along to the Entertainment Division. And also just a reminder that there's a hearing before the Licensing Board for the alcohol infractions on Tuesday morning. With that, the Entertainment Division will take all of this under consideration and will issue a written decision that will adjourn this hearing. Thank you all and do enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.
All right, thank you.